Hey guys, Tegan here, and in this video we're going to go through how to correctly hang your wetsuit on a hanger to ensure that it lasts as long as possible. Now, when you go and look at and try on wetsuits at your local kite store, what you'll see is the wetsuits are all hanging on hangers like this, and this is okay when the wetsuits are dry and they're new. But the thing is, when a wetsuit is wet, obviously it's about 3 to 4 times heavier than when that suit is dry. And when hanging a wet or heavy wetsuit on a hanger, what this does is it puts unnecessary pressure on the shoulder areas of your wetsuit, and over time this will cause the shoulders to part or rip, and then every time you go underwater you'll feel the water seep through your shoulders, and that's obviously not an ideal situation. So when hanging your wetsuit, I'd never recommend hanging it by the shoulders like this for long periods of time, even if the wetsuit is dry, and even if you're using a wider hanger that has wider shoulder pieces like that. Instead, what I'd recommend is that you fold your wetsuit in half and hang it by the middle over the hanger, like so. So as you can see, we've got the legs on one side and the top half on the other side. And again, what that'll do is it'll split the weight of the wetsuit more effectively and ensure that you don't rip the shoulders of your wetsuit by having too much pressure placed on those shoulders due to the entire weight of the wetsuit hanging off that small section of neoprene. Now, the second thing to note here is that you can really only dry one side of your wetsuit at a time. So after a session, I'd highly recommend that you wash both sides of your wetsuit, inside and outside, with fresh water, and then dry your wetsuit inside out first so that you dry this fleece section of the suit, because obviously that'll take the longest to dry. Once the inside is dry, turn your wetsuit back the right way round and dry the outside as well. Again, if you don't dry the outside of your wetsuit after drying the inside first, that outside of your wetsuit will stay wet and almost never dry, and again, that's not ideal in terms of getting the most life out of your suit in the long term. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully you learned something there. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed that, and we'll see you on the water. Bye for now.